Hey, look, man. So I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna drop me like like 16, man. So when we can play that on the countdown.
Boy, no, you full of shit.
Drop like 16 of them things.
I could
What's
I could have jumped on that beat though.
Nah, hey,
Could do a
what's
little
going
something with
on?
that.
What's going on? Happy Thursday, man. Good morning to everybody.
May 20th,
Oh, good, man. You know, another day
2021.
with the guys, the man-to-man pod. I'm Antoine, Bethea, man. Got my co-host Darius Butler.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's gonna be a good show today, man. One of our good brothers, Ebron, tied in the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. He's gonna join us in a little bit. So it's definitely gonna be a good conversation. Put your questions in the comment section.
Oh
And
yeah,
we'll
that's
definitely get to them.
gonna
Man,
be
what's
fun.
good?
Man, I know some questions I'm gonna ask him though. Can you hear me? I just clicked his mic on.
Nah, you
Got me?
good. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
good.
all
You
right.
good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get E on here, man. Definitely got Tebow. Tebow just officially got signed to the Jags.
Yep.
You know, I'm the unofficial leader of the Tebow fan club. We got what else we got? I'm gonna ask him about.
Man.
So I gotta ask him about that transition playing tight end. Then I gotta ask him about these hoops, man. I know you watched the game last night.
You already know I did. Definitely got to tap into this 17 game season too, man. See what his opinion is, how he feels about that. But like you mentioned, the game last night, I think you had the Warriors.
Man, you know I
know
had the Warriors, man.
Yeah. I had Bron in the crew. What was your thoughts, man?
I mean, the GOAT, man. We witnesses, man. You know, Bron came in with I think he was supposed to have a minutes restriction. I thought it was an opportunity, and I think we both kind of spoke on like AD was probably the one player we were going to be worried about, you know, showing up. You know, he missed a lot of time this season. Obviously, we know he's talented. You know, his talent is through the roof, but just want to see if he had that dog in him to take over with LeBron not being, you know, whatever. But I didn't see it out of him. LeBron came in. He played very efficient. He was aggressive at times, even though he started slow. I feel like Wiggins did a good job on him against him, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
Steph played phenomenal. But, you know, Bron made the biggest shot in the biggest moment. Warriors turned the ball over a bunch, man. That was the biggest reason I think they lost, man. What did you think about the game?
Man, a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna like these play-ins, man. You know, they like we talked about the last episode. They kind of get the feel of the NFL playoffs, man. You know, you want to go home, but like you said, I think Bron, as a leader, as the GOAT, as one of the top players in the world right now, you know, he did what he was supposed to do.
But we don't even need those quotation marks right there, bro.
I mean,
we don't need those. We don't need those air quotes.
To each his own, you know what I'm saying? Like it's opinionated, you know what I mean? So
you gotta get Ebron opinion on that too.
Definitely. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna count if Bron on the squad, man, I'm not counting them out. You know, I think a lot of people came into the game was like, oh, how was he gonna, you know what I mean, how was he gonna feel? And then obviously, you know, he kind of put them remarks out like, you know, I'm not gonna be 100%. You know, I think a lot of people just kind of trying to say that, you know, he's trying to put that out there in front of, you know, a possibility if they lose.
Set it up,
Like I said, man, it just makes the storyline that much better.
He is out there in Hollywood.
Hey, it makes the storyline that much better. Like you said, like you was talking, I think you posted it on Twitter where he got poked in the eye. He was like, man, I'm seeing 3 baskets. I just shot at the middle. I'm like, yo, it just make the storyline that much better, baby. Like,
my dog said, I got the ball. I looked up at the shot clock. I saw I needed to get the shot off. Then I looked at the rim, saw 3 rims. I just shot at the middle one, man. I trust my practice. I said, come on, bro, man.
Hey, GOAT status, baby. Like,
come on, man.
The average player can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a Space Jam, but you know, he showed up, man. That wasn't a lucky shot to me, dog. Like he squared up. He's like, you know, he's strong enough, obviously, to have that range. Like that was a, you know, obviously a big time shot. He ain't really had time to think about it, but that was just, big dog showing up in a big moment.
Nah, for sure.
Shout out to Steph, though.
So shoot, man. So now you know they locked in the 7th seed. So they got to play in the 8th seed. You have the Warriors and
The
who is it?
Grizz. Wait,
And the
hold on.
Grizz.
Hold on. I see E in the green room now. We got to bring him in, man. See if he's ready. I want to get his input on that game and Bron, all that. We're gonna bring him in.
Yo,
What's good?
I got the off-season scruffy going on, so excuse me.
Nah, you good. You
Good
good.
money. What's good with you, man?
What's up, fellas? Appreciate y'all having me, man. Appreciate y'all.
Nah, man, appreciate
joining
you
us, man.
jumping on, man. I know you said you just coming from the workout, getting right.
Trainer tried to kill me today.
Hey,
He feel me though. He know what type time I'm on. So he did me right. He did me right.
Yeah, shit. He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't.
Right.
Big facts.
Right.
But sure, man, we talking about this game, man. What you watched the game last night?
I heard it. I tried to watch it. I get up at 6 a.m. with a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. I try to stay up these days.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
getting
your
old
game.
now. But
nah, I feel you.
I act like I watched the game. I'll be like, yeah. I saw the highlights, on Instagram this morning, like I watched it. But
you got to pump fake like you watched it.
Got to. But big dog, like you said, DB, big dog. When big dog come around, it's like, you know who the man of the room is. You know when he walk in, like everybody be like, oh yeah, that's him. When LeBron come back, that's how it is. You don't bet against Tom Brady, you don't bet against LeBron James. That's just
simple as that.
I don't know. You got some cats now, like it's Steph time now, so they like, oh, I'm gonna rock with the Warrior. It's Steph time, like
right. Chrysler 300s look like Rolls Royces. But
Hey, that shit over there at Golden State with that 30 on. That's a I don't know what that's a Bugatti. Yeah, that's a Bugatti, man. But Steph did his thing. I think the Warriors was just sloppy with the ball. I know you didn't watch the game, but they were just sloppy with the ball. Definitely had the opportunities. The boys came out the hoop. But I gotta ask you, while we talk about Bron, I know you went to UNC for play ball in North Carolina. Who's the guy? Who's the top dog, LeBron or MJ? Gotta ask you why we got you here.
See, and me and my homies, I got like a group chat. We've been going on 8 years now. Ever since
everybody, yeah.
So so we debate. I think we debate this argument every year because it's like every year LeBron, do something to be like, he got to be top dog. But I mean, any dude to me that will win 3 rings in a row, retire, come back and do it again. I mean, that is unheard of. And never lose. Man. We get to the final and we don't lose those. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't go home. I don't hang my head. I leave with rings and cigars.
But you do go home, though.
Huh? Yeah.
You do go home, though.
As a champion.
No. Like you
6 times.
Yeah. But you go to the playoffs, though. But you do lose, though.
Yeah, he loses in the playoffs, but he don't lose in the finals. He took his licks. I mean, he had to go get Scotty. He had to. You know what I'm saying? LeBron ain't winning by himself. I'm
just saying. Everybody act like MJ just came, played 3, got 3, took a break, came back, played another 3, and that was it. Like, it was a lot more MJ. It was a lot more years, a lot more L's. Bron, you can't put it on Bron just because he gonna be in the finals. If he in the playoffs, he gonna be in the finals.
Look. If you born in the 90s,
that's crazy.
Or high 80s, like I'm a 93 baby. Only thing I know is LeBron James in the finals. So
Fact.
Yeah, he gonna get to the finals. He gonna get there.
So you're an MJ guy.
I'm MJ.
I respect it. I mean, you can't
MJ all the way. Like I can't really be like, oh, I watched MJ. I'm too young, but everything that I've seen, the history of Carolina, the vibe around the name Michael Jordan, bro. I mean, being at Carolina, you can't.
Yeah,
it was special. It was special.
It's MJ, dog.
Yeah, I love you comparing the career to highlights though, but I respect it.
For sure. I'm a LeBron fan. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm never gonna knock LeBron. Like LeBron, my era, I tell my kids like that was the GOAT of my era.
Yeah.
But of that era, Michael Jordan forever.
You gotta respect it. I respect it. Did you hoop? Did you hoop as a kid?
I hooped.
Okay.
I was a hooper at North Carolina. I wasn't as talented. I was better off playing football, but I was a hooper.
Yeah, I think we try to look up your stats too. On the hardwood.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I was out there. I was out there as a big day, big cardio.
You was on your cardio, rebounds.
He was on his Kwame Brown shit. You was on your Kwame Brown shit.
Yeah.
Hey, nah. Hey, look, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that. But E, so you probably had a football coach who was like, yo, pull you to the side and said, look, man, you need to get out here on this football field because it ain't it on that hardwood. I think we all had one of them.
I had that conversation.
Yeah. How it went for me. So my family history is hoopers. My dad a hooper. My brother went to Quinnipiac University in Connecticut to hoop. Like my uncle was a hooper.
Shout out Connecticut.
I just didn't feel the hooping vibe. I've always felt like we was pressured into hooping because everybody did it. So I was more of a recreational hooper. Like I'm more of a street hooper. Like when you do that organized hooping, like I couldn't do that. Like I'm a competitor. Like you got to talk to me. You feel me? Like you got to get rowdy. So that's why I kind of fell in love with football. So I didn't start playing football until my junior year of high school. So to me, like I fell in love with football because you get to talk. You get to talk back. So that's what kind of like made me go into football and leave basketball alone. So I tried it, but it was more recreational. Like I felt like I had to do it. But football to me I went the whole opposite way. Ain't nobody in my family like football.
That's crazy. Yeah. So you went to you broke the mold and then ended up going top 10 in the NFL. Yep. So what was that? Like I said, going back to them early days, like high school, obviously you became a big time recruit. You ended up at UNC. How did that go for you?
It was dope, man. My process was different. People were, to say I've been playing, football since flag, and for me, nah. I was literally like a student of the game because I just learned it like my junior year of high school. Went to Carolina. Carolina was the first school to offer me going into my junior year because I had got an offer from them before I even played high school football.
Oh wow!
It was how that happened?
I went to a one-day camp.
Okay.
They probably just saw him
at UNC. It was like a big day. Like ESPN was there or whatever. And my high school coach had just took over and was like, man, you look the part. Let's go see if you could be the part. So I went out there as a wide receiver and left with a scholarship.
Wow.
So it was crazy.
Yeah. So you get that offer. That was even before you playing the game. So your junior year, like how
I tore it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my team we were 0-12 the last 4 years. And I moved to North Carolina because my mom moved me down there from New Jersey. Was like, go make this school better. I'm like, I don't even want to, I don't even know if I really want to play football. She just moved me to North Carolina out of nowhere.
You had any other family?
I got older brothers. I was the last one in the house. So my mom just was like, go to North Carolina. So we was 0-12. They had just switched the coaching staff, and this coach was like, you got to play football. You got to play football. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to give it a try. End up just trying it out, and it just worked. So we went from 0-12 to that year. He took over, we went 6-6, and then the next year we went 12-0.
Oh wow! So you wanted the chip?
Yeah. Nah, we lost.
Came up short. Okay.
I had a broken collarbone. Long story. Man. I couldn't finesse high school. I was on my way to college, so I ain't give it what I was supposed to give it. So we lost.
Yeah.
So that 6-6 year, what position was you playing? Was you
playing wide receiver?
Playing wide receiver? Anything on the defensive side?
I played defensive end.
Defensive end.
My senior year almost broke the North Carolina state record. I had 16.5 sacks.
I was about to say, I know you no offers for DN?
I did. I did.
Okay.
I like scoring touchdowns more than like something about scoring touchdowns is just like, you help your team win. That's like the ultimate goal, to help your team win. Like you feel like you've done your part. And I feel like there's no better feeling than that. So I just love scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, that was before.
You can get a sack. Quarterback come back, dog, 50-yard bomb.
I feel you.
You get a touchdown, man. We time out. We hoop and holler. You feel me?
Yeah. Celebrating all that. Yeah, and that was before Dens was getting 20 mil a year too.
Facts.
Because I know coming up
severe right now.
Yeah, we had a basketball player who was built like a football player though. And as soon as he stepped on the field, I mean, he was a younger cat at my high school, but dudes came left and right offering to be a pass rusher. That's the first thing coaches feel like they can mold a pass rusher. So you end up staying on the offensive side. Went with UNC. That was your first off. You just stuck with them. Want to stay close to your new home.
Yeah, it was. It just made sense. Like we wasn't, we didn't have money. We weren't able to do much of anything. So, it just made sense for my mom's sacrifice to move me to North Carolina so that she could enjoy my college journey and she wouldn't be too far from it. Yeah. So it was 45 minutes from Greensboro, which we moved to. So I just stayed there. It was a quick drive. So my mom could come see me. Excuse me, just come see me play. That was the only thing I cared about.
That's dope. That's dope. So sure, let's 12 senior year, y'all go 12-0. Y'all didn't make it, y'all didn't win the state. So you make that transfer over to college your freshman year. Like how was that transition for you?
I knew I was gonna play tight end in college. So wide receiver was the thing, but I was skinny, man. I had this mold that the college coaches knew, if we add weight to this, he'll be a dominant tight end. Yeah, it was that transfer process where tight ends was just becoming like a target, a threat into the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough. I had 3 seniors in front of me. I come from being a 4-star to committing to Carolina. They dropping me down 3. I'll never forget that. Hated on me. So, I was highly recruited. So I had 3 seniors in front of me. So it was like, fit your way in. You on P squad in college. I'm like, that video, like, man, red shirt who? He red shirt.
Yeah, like, right.
That was my mentality in college. Like, there was
best in the nation.
What?
Right.
No hiccups. Like, I was not red shirting. There was no time to be wasted because I had like an end goal. Like, I know we didn't have enough money. Like, no times.
You wanted to go to the league after your junior year.
Yeah, they gave me the opportunity to come to school for free. I'm finna use all of that. Like, and do it in the least amount of time. So went to college for 3 years and I was out. That was like my thing. Like, getting to college, sitting behind 3 seniors, I was like, nah, I gotta figure out a way to be better than all of them. Like, what are they doing that I could, like, but the only thing they had was that they were seniors. Because
they just had the experience.
I think I was better than all of them. And I love them to death. I still talk to them, but I know, like, I was better than them, but they were seniors. Yeah. So I used what they knew and my ability, and then the next year, I just took off.
So did you?
College was crazy.
So did you rotate in? Did you end up redshirting that freshman year?
Nah, I rotated in. I didn't redshirt. I didn't want to. I didn't want to feel like I was handicapping myself. Like, I want to be in the action. I'm gonna figure out a way. I had 20 catches, 1 touchdown, like 200 yards my freshman year of college. I'm like, whatever. Then my junior year, I had like 60 catches, 600 yards, like 6 touchdowns. I just turned up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What was that welcome to college moment? You know what I mean? So what was that moment for you?
We had Zach Brown as a linebacker, and he was also the indoor 60-meter champion.
Damn.
At linebacker.
Yeah.
Me, physically, I was gifted, man. I was fast, I was big, and I was like, I could lose whoever, do whatever in my routes. However, Zach Brown was not like that. You could not lose Zach Brown. You could beat him 10 yards. He in your hip pocket. He could stumble. He in your, and he reads every run like it was impossible to block him. He was in my head. He talks so funny. So funny. Like that. And it used to piss me off. That was kind of like okay, these dudes are real. They understand football. They know football. Like, mentally, I got to be better than them. That's when college was kind of when I realized physically I wasn't going to be able to be better than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that kind of was like, all right, mentally you gotta figure out a way to beat him because you can't outrun him.
Did the old heads, the seniors, did they take you under their wing and show you the game,
me.
or was they kind of like,
hey,
figure it out?
They hated me, man. I was a loose cannon. Like I was who I was, and it wasn't really nobody that was going to change it. And that's kind of
you came in there, rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Man, everything was easy. I missed my very first workout.
Man,
man, it was crazy. Those seniors hated me, but then when we stepped on the football field, it was like, man, let him do whatever he gonna do. Just make sure he get here on Saturdays or whatever. So, college it made you grow up, man. You know, you ain't really got nobody to tell you nothing. There was no alarm. Nobody set no alarm clocks for you. No nothing. So Carolina was the best way to grow up for me. That's it for me.
So let's fast forward to your junior year. Obviously, you were a top 10 pick, but how did that season go? What do you remember about that season?
The season was tragic. I mean, we started. I think we started off 1-5, 1-5, and we knew we had a hot team. We knew we could win the ACC. Like we knew it, but we just had so many personalities. You know what I'm saying? So many different personalities, man. And we had a bunch of young cats because we were going through the sanctions from the
okay.
We didn't have the scholarships. We didn't have, we didn't have those go-getter athletes. We had a bunch of, we had a bunch of people that we could get to college, like walk on and stuff, because we didn't have scholarships. And nobody wanted to really come to Carolina at that time, you know what I'm saying, which was cool. It gave other people opportunities, which I was cool with. So we was going through that era, and we started off 1-5, man. And then I think we just had a team in, like, we really gonna go out like this. I told them straight up, I was leaving. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all know this is my last year. Like, this is not how I want to go out at Carolina. I told y'all how we could do this. Our quarterback stepped up. A few other players, Trey Boston, Jabari at that time, who were our leaders, and we were just like, this is not how we're gonna go about it. I think we ended up winning the next 6-7 straight games to go to a bowl game.
Okay.
It was just dominating.
Started clicking.
Week after week. I was just doing something crazy. Week after week, doing something crazy. It was like I was on ESPN like every week. And it was like, man, this dude here. And I wasn't really paying attention to like the hype. I was just loving the fact that we was winning. So the fact that we was winning with my brothers, like I still talk to them to this day, it was no better feeling. That was like my junior year. And I'll replay that year every year of football.
Yeah. Well, sure. Since you already knowing that you're gonna leave after your junior year, like, so after your junior year, your bowl game, like, what were you hearing as far as like draft wise? Like, did you already?
I knew I was the number one pick, but they was like, are you gonna sit out the bowl game? Are you gonna sit out the bowl game? I'm like, hell nah. I just worked so hard to get to a bowl game. I'm gonna play in and enjoy it. We were one game in to win. We had to win our very last game to go to the bowl game. We did that. I was like, man, I'm gonna enjoy this with my homies. Now I didn't practice none that week, but I played in that game.
Dude, wow. I ain't practiced none that week. This boy tripping. So you went out, man. You went out and did that, and now, you finish your college career on a high note. Especially individually, you handle everything in between that process. But going into the draft, like you knew you were number one tight end on the board. Where did you expect to go? Was it any teams that hit you? It was like, yo, if you're there at here, I'm gonna take you. How did that go?
I thought I was going to Tampa. They picked Mike Evans. I heard it was like a coin flip. Ebron, I was cool with Mike, my dog.
What was that at pick? What, 7?
When you go to the draft with your homies, you kind of build a relationship with that like group of guys. So like,
is Mike, he from Carolina too, right?
No, Mike from Texas.
Texas.
Okay.
So I'm like, cool. Jadeveon was the first overall pick that year. I've been playing Jadeveon since high school, so that was like my dog. So like the draft was also filled with like a bunch of your friends, the era of people which you played with.
Yep.
Detroit told me if I was there at 10, they was gonna pick me at 10.
Mm-hmm.
They called me. I remember I had tapped my mom. I'm like, anybody from Michigan? Like, at this time, I'm not thinking I'm really at the draft. I'm looking at my phone like, who the hell calling me at this time?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who this is. Let me pick up. I get drafted to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
How was that feeling?
That was. I went from here to like here in my football. Yeah.
That's a huge moment, right? That's a huge moment.
It was a huge moment, especially for like the history of tight ends.
Yeah, I was about to say
up another gateway for us. Like that was cool. Like show that we were worth some value. We are valuable, and we are mismatched. We are a useful piece in the offense. So that was kind of like my coming out year. But then, you get drafted to Detroit, and it's tough, man. It's tough, especially when you're young and a little immature, like I was. Yeah. Like I only played 2 years really of high school football, 3 years of college football. Here I am as a professional, athlete. I'm still kind of young in the game. And I wasn't ready for Detroit. Detroit wasn't ready for me.
Now you a first round pick. Yeah, a top 10 pick at that. So it's high expectations, from everybody in the building, from obviously the front office to the locker room. When you walk in, you take somebody. Yeah,
you don't understand that as a 20-year-old getting drafted. You don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
You're not even 21 yet.
Yeah, I'm not even 21. I think I just turned 21. Our year was the year they pushed the draft back to May. Okay. Y'all remember that? Okay. It was mad weird. We had like competed with like the Oscars had moved up or something.
Yeah, so I do remember that.
Yeah, like May that year. So I had just turned 21, but I was supposed to be before. Man, if I like I said to my wife sometimes, I'd be like, man, if I could do Detroit all over again with the shit that I knew now. Sorry for cutting.
No, you good. No,
you're in the locker room.
Yeah.
For the shit that I knew now, if I could do Detroit all over again, I would. I was not mentally ready for the 10th overall going into, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's the biggest thing you would do over though? Like, what's the number one or top two things you would do over?
I just be more mature about my business. I would study the game a little bit more. I would do all of that. I really didn't understand that until like my third, fourth year in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I would give it more. I would give it more at the beginning. I feel like you get it now, you grow, you understand, your routine, your process, the things that make you work now going into 8 years. But if I could do it all over again, that'd probably be it.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we athletes, we grown ass men, we take responsibility and accountability for the shit we do. But at the same time, for a young guy like that coming in with those expectations, like it's also important that you come into a good environment, or you come into an environment where it's a certain structure there, and it's going to be.
That's not my place. But
yeah, because you know what I mean. I like I said, you obviously got to take your responsibility, but bringing that on, you got to do your research on the player, knowing what type of guy you bringing in, knowing what he may need, and put him in a position to succeed. Because I'm thinking, if I'm a tight end, I'm going there. I got Stafford. I know we're gonna throw the ball. We never run the damn ball.
But look. So I get drafted into the situation where Megatron is our number one. They bring in Golden Tate. So Golden Tate's number two. We have forgot who our other receiver was. Then we got Reggie Bush in the backfield.
Reggie Bush.
And then they re-signed Brandon Pettigrew. So I'm already looking like I'm option 4. Like I feel for Carolina being that dog to option 4. Whatever, because Megatron will see 10.
Them some options though. There's some options right there.
Golden Tate went 99 catches that year. I'm like, damn.
He is stick moving.
What y'all want me to do?
And Golden Tate yak is crazy.
Ridiculous. The Golden Tate was snapping. Like,
I
think he had like 99 catches, 1,100 yards. He was snapping. That was his Pro Bowl year. I'm like, how did y'all expect me to come in this and flourish any kind of way? Like, I'm sitting 4th string. You tell me come sit down. I'm like, you should have left me out there. Like, I didn't come here to sit down. I didn't, go to the draft to come sit down. I came to do something. So you mentally already like messed with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm already so the fact that I'm not playing, I'm not thinking about football. Like I'm like elsewhere. You gave a 20-year-old all this money and told him, "Here, just sit down and not play, learn." And I'm like, learn how. Like this, I feel like I'm redshirted. Like I might as well go do my thing.
Nah, and travel. And what you deal with a lot of young cats deal with, especially coming into it. And once we learn, and now you're fortunate enough to where you're talented enough to where you got other opportunities and you had that time to learn and pick up things along the way. A lot of guys, they don't figure that out. Year 2, year 3, they out of there.
Facts.
For sure.
So that's a blessing. But you went through your time in Detroit, and like you said, there was definitely some ups and downs there. But then you get to Indy. And obviously I paid close attention to that. That's my squad, and that was the year. The O-line was together, Luck was healthy. Yeah. Chris Ballard was doing some great things, great draft picks, building a great culture.
Yeah.
So what was I guess the difference? And like you don't obviously in a bad light, but what's the biggest difference going from one environment to a complete
I'll bring it back to Detroit. I think it was my 4th year that going into the 4th year, basically my last year in Detroit. Of my contract of being a first round pick. 4 years, they picked up my 5th year option, but they went through a coaching change. I was like, cool, we'll just do our thing. I had my son. My son, Oliver, about October 2017, that changed my whole perspective of everything. Everything I looked at, thought of, I started hooping. Football-wise, balling. I think I was like the last 6-7 weeks of football, I think I was first in every category. Catches, yards, touchdowns, everything.
Yeah.
I just it just changed. And then I carried that over to Indianapolis. So then I get with Andrew. And dog, if you know Andrew Luck, it's like a beam of light that walk with Andrew. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He makes everything better. Doesn't matter what situation you in. You could be 30 points down. You feel like you're going to win as long as Andrew in the huddle. That's just how it is. He taught me so much about football, and I was already transitioning into being a man. So it was like the perfect time for me, and I just lit it up. I just built a connection with him, kind of told him where I was at mentally. I knew he had something to prove. I had something to prove. So I roll his coattail. I'm like, I said, we could do this together. It's like, we would be in meetings and coach would try to fix something, and Andrew would be like, nah, let Ebron do that. We had a little thing, and we just used it, man.
Build that trust.
It was crazy. It was that year of football was probably the most fun I ever had playing football.
So it sounds like your biggest growth was on the football field and in life, and up to this point was what, year 4 to 5, or
this was year 5. Year
5 at Indy. Okay. So and a lot of times on this show, we be asking folks okay, where do you see you made the most maturation process in your career? I know for me it was year 3, year 4. I think D-Butt was somewhere along those same lines. So again, with that time in Indy with Drew, man, what else did you see just spark up and on the field and off the field?
I felt to myself I knew I was who I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? To me, I knew that I was able. I knew that I could play this game at a high level. I knew that I could compete with some of the top dogs, because that year I was embarrassing people, and I was doing it not purposefully, but I was doing it because that's how I kind of felt inside. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of embarrassed, so I just held a grudge to everybody, including myself. So it just was that turning point. It was that flip. Man, you could do this, and you could do this at a high level, but in order for you to maintain it, then you always have to do, this mentally, physically, and I just built a routine off of that. So from that year, I just put myself into this space, and where I knew that I was able, I could compete.
Yeah, for young guys, young players out there, what, I guess, 2 or 3 specific changes that you made to routine habits, because that's what I see the most common things when I was in the locker room. The players that were successful, They had routines. They had habits. Like nobody, once again, it's like you went to college, you're in the pros. You got meetings, you got practice, you got walkthroughs, but it's what you do with your own time is what really makes it different. So what changed for Eric? I know you had your son, and that's a huge thing that happened to me my last year in college. But what specifics changed for you?
So I would always hang around Megatron when I was in Detroit, but again, I was too young and wasn't understanding of the things that Megatron did. He always took care of his body. He always did these things. So I took it when they finally all set in and was like, well, if you want to be great, then you have to do this. Then you have to do this routinely. That's what he did. And then you go to the next team and you look at Andrew, and that's what he's doing. And it's like these players are not bad or good for a reason. And bad players aren't bad for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that they're doing that's making them at this level. And you see that, and I think when I saw Andrew doing what Megatron used to do, it was like, okay, well, if you want to be good, then you have to.
It's a common denominator.
Eat right. Yeah. You got to do these things because it will help you. And then when I started doing that, you play better. You
saw the results.
Better. You know what I'm saying? So it was if I could do it all over again, or tell a young dude what to do, it'd be follow your leaders because they're gonna tell you that. And as a young dude, you're gonna be like, shit, I am a leader. That's what I'm top dog. Like that's what I came from being. You know what I'm saying? But it's like these dudes here, and when you understand that the NFL is a business, and then you have mouths to feed, and then all of these things start playing a point. Then you start realizing why Andrew and Megatron are the golden childs of the NFL for these reasons. So I think that was it for me.
Yeah,
that's good, man. I think that environment is everything. Andrew, obviously, being a leader. I know when I was there, being with Ty from his rookie year, he acted like a vet. Like he took care of his body like a vet from jump. Jack Doyle, always super. So like just a locker room full of those guys can do a lot. And then once you fit in, you become one of those leaders.
Yep.
But moving on to Pittsburgh, one of the biggest, if not the craziest fan base in the league. Obviously a lot of history there, a lot of expectations. You're playing for Mike T now, playing for who I think will be the first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, Big Ben. How was that transition? Like obviously you learned some things along the way, and now you get to this franchise. You guys had a year out of the gate last year, which was crazy, and a crazy season when you're talking about. But how was that? What's that been like so far?
Start by saying I had a very fortunate NFL career. I had Matthew Stafford, Andrew Luck, and now Ben Roethlisberger. So there's people in the league that play with,
less. Just less. Play with less. Yeah, play with less.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's been some people that have played with less. So I'm very, very, very fortunate to have played with all three. And now I think what I learned, I was too immature to fully understand Stafford, but Stafford was, ain't nobody throwing no football like Matthew Stafford. I'll tell that to anybody. Nobody throwing football like Stafford. Then you get to Andrew, where Andrew taught me more about football than I ever could imagine. And then I get with Hall of Fame Ben, and Ben just understands football. It's like watching Picasso paint, or he just it's like this is what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like he's seen so much football. It's like video game and all you got to do is be on the same page with him. And I mean, period, with your quarterback. But if you understand him, you're gonna get that ball, and he's gonna make you look good doing it. So you get to Pittsburgh and Ben, man. I think I'm happy Ben came back, and I'm happy we're letting him open up a little bit more, because people want to downplay Ben and be like, oh, he's old or whatever. But bro, he just came off surgery. Like, how many of us come off surgery and don't have
elbow
the year
surgery
we want to have? You know what I'm saying? And my man still threw 35 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And our chemistry wasn't even good. It didn't get good to the end of the year, and we started lighting people up. So I'm excited because I think he started to figure out who I was as a player, and we bring back Juju, who's one of his favorite targets. Deontay, who's young, who's only going to get better. Mentally in the game, I try to teach him because I feel like it's a lot of me and him. As far as like the young, like I got it, and he going to get that much better. And then Chase came on the scene and did his thing. And I love that atmosphere of receivers. We got James Washington. James a beast. Like, it's crazy how many like weapons we truly have. And
he just went drafted a young boy in the first.
We cool. We're sitting behind, the Browns talk. They look good on paper. The Browns do. The Baltimore, they look good on paper. We look good on paper too. So I mean, I think we got the toughest division in football, and it's going to be a battle for us every time we face an opponent in the AFC North. And that's kind of like AFC North football. That's what you want, man. That's what you hear about. Like, I'm like happy. That's why my trainer kicking my butt. I'm like, bro, I don't play in the AFC South no more. This ain't the NFC North. This the AFC. You know what I'm saying? People, you watch this division. You know about Baltimore Steelers rivalry since you was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you gotta knuck up in this division.
Hey, so talk about we're gonna talk about last year, right? Y'all came on a hot start, right? Which y'all was like 13 and 0, 12 and 0, something like that.
11 and 0.
11 and 0, right? Hot start, kind of fizzled towards the end of the season, man. So, like, what type of motivation is that giving you and giving the team coming into this year?
I think we. All right. Let me see if I get a good analogy. All right, it's like telling somebody who never had money, who just hit the lotto, how to spend their money. Think about that. We were 11 and 0. It's kind of hard to tell somebody you're not good when you haven't lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and we're not beating, like it's the NFL, there are off seasons, there are, makeup seasons, there are transitioning seasons between teams. We understand that, schedule, however the schedule play, but
a win is a win in the NFL.
It's the NFL. You go 11 and 0. It don't matter what sport you play.
For real.
You're undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of get a little carried away. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody else. I'm speaking for myself. I kind of got a little carried away, like, we'll be good. This rep in practice. You know what I'm saying? We 11 and 0. You mentally, I've never been 11 and 0. So it's kind of hard to tell me how to appreciate being 11 and 0 when I've never done it. I've been a part of some losing seasons. I've been a part of some okay seasons. I've never been a part of an 11 and 0 season. So it's kind of hard to be like, hey, chill out, y'all. Even the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Coaches be like, hey.
Everybody walking around the building a little different. Everybody talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Smelling yourself a little bit.
You know how it is when you win in the league. When you win in the league, everybody win.
Yeah.
Everybody win. And the fact that you ain't lost, people, I ain't gonna say you forget what it feel like, but you be like, you start to feel a little untouchable. I think that kind of got to us. Now, we did have a little schedule hiccup. We played Sunday against the Redskins that was on a bye week, and then we played Wednesday then Sunday or something like that. I'm not gonna lie, that mentally messed me up. 2 NFL games within like 4 days, and then you got to flip the script and mentally, like, this defense is different. It was tough, and it all came at that one point in time. So I felt like I ran out of energy personally. Mentally, I was a little like disoriented. I had 2 games. I had 2 games in a row where I had 2 drops, and I'm like, I ain't dropped all year. I'm like, I'm tired. Like, I would come to the sideline and literally be like, Coach, I'm mentally like a little drained, and I know I got to pick it up. He don't want to hear that, you know what I'm saying? But it was a little mentally drained in them 2 weeks, but it was what it was that year. It was a COVID year. We knew it was going to be a little funky. Like, we had to knuck up and figure it out, but I feel like we was too late, man. We ain't figured nothing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The thing about you guys is the expectation is gonna be there every year.
Every year.
Even though coming to this year, I feel like everybody's I'm high on the Browns. They've done some things this offseason. Had a great year last year. Obviously high on Lamar and the Ravens. And then we're gonna see what y'all do out there in Pittsburgh. Y'all still got the vets, still got the players in base.
To it too, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it because you like that. You like the is Pittsburgh going to be this, or any team you play for, are they going to be this? Then when you get out there and you show what it is, then people start revisiting some of the things they say. So you like that. You like to be the underdog. I never liked being on top. It was never my journey. So cool.
Yeah. I feel you. What you think about these the OTA boycott? Are y'all switching up the OTAs and off-season program? You feel like you still need OTAs or not?
Don't y'all wish I was a part of this? Don't y'all wish y'all could go ahead and chill at the crib with them?
Man, you know what? At this point in my career, like where you this year, what 7 or 8 for you?
This year 8.
Year 8, year 8. Yeah, at that point. Yeah, at that point you got it. I was back and forth, but if you year 2, 3,
you want to be there for 100%. And like that's kind of like where it is. It's like okay, it's year 8. I just played a COVID year when my family wasn't up there, so it's like I want to spend as much time at home as I can. You feel me? Like I miss my kids for 6 months. Like people, I put it in perspective. I know like. There's worse jobs, there's this, that. But I didn't sign up to miss my kids. You know what I'm saying? I signed up to play football. Yeah. So that was tough. So I feel like I'm gonna abuse this time. I'm gonna abuse this time for as much time as I could get with my family because they're not coming up there again because we don't know what our stipulations are again this year. So I'm gonna spend as much time with my kids as I can. I got everything I need here, massage therapist. I work my tail off. So I feel like when mandatory minicamp come around, I'll be ready. I just went and caught me some flashcards. I'm about to go ahead and start writing. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do. I feel like I'm old enough where I could do that, and I know, how to prioritize my time and do such. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for the younger cats, for sure, I would.
They need to be in the building.
You need that.
Yeah,
you need that for sure.
How you feel about this? Them adding this extra game, the 17 game season, man. How you feel about that? I don't want to put you in the spot.
Like whatever, but damn, like,
right.
Like I get it. I love football. I'm cool with another game. Like it's another game, another paycheck. I'm cool with it. But damn, you're about
I feel you.
16 to 20 already enough. You feel me? If you're doing preseason for the young cats and you come through, you try to tell a rookie every year, hey, bro, just get through this one. Just get through this one. Every other one's short.
I think that's where I was kind of like looking sideways at it, man, because you were taking the opportunity away from the young cats, man, because that preseason, man, there was a lot of young cats that was banking on that. You know what I mean? Man. Banking on them preseason games where they could, they can kind of show their worth and show their skill set. Whereas you taking what is it? It's three preseason games now, 2 preseason games.
It's 3 preseason games.
It's 3 preseason games.
We still got 4. We got the Hall of Fame game.
Got the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, we still got the Hall of Fame game. So
but them 3 preseason games, because you got to think about it. That 4th one, it was all young guys. You know what I mean? So if they was on the bubble on that particular team, they was able to get that film work for another team. So hopefully they'll figure out a way where they can.
I got a story, man. We had Kerry Hyder, and Kerry Hyder was a bubble guy every year, but 2 years in a row on the 4th preseason game, he got 3 sacks and made the team.
Yeah.
That's a check. That's he feeding his family. So I 100% I feel you. Like for the cats that's out there trying to get it, man, because people don't understand. They think everybody in the NFL just got it, bro. There's people out there still trying to,
they grinding,
bro. So it's that 4th preseason game was. For a chance for us older guys and the guys that knew we were good, that was our opportunity to give all of our energy and all of our time into those cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you enjoyed that game. You appreciated that game, I think, more as an older dude than you do as a younger cat in that game. Because even as a 1st round pick, I had to play in that game. You know?
No question. Because I used to. Because even during the week leading up, you know what I'm saying, the older guys, you really wanting, we want, you don't practice. you don't take no reps. You might start prepping for that first regular season game, but then it's like, you putting your arm around them young cats. It's like, look, like this last game gonna be real now. Like, you make sure you get these massages. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to come to the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
Going crazy now.
Hey, like let's
them
get
boys
it.
Don't believe it. Them boys don't believe it till they in it.
Until that second quarter, they go down on kickoff, and then they got a 12-play drive. Then they got to do punt return, and then
punt ready.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I did all that my rookie year.
Man. So that's my thing. So because now it's like you got the 3 preseason games. So coaches is like, yo, I got to get my guys ready for this first regular season game. So I just don't know how that's going to work with the young guys, but hopefully,
and that's going to be tough. I mean, I guess veterans ain't really going to take any reps. I mean, this should be a process then to see, who going to fill the voids. At that point, who going to fill the voids. So, because at the end of the day, now we got 17 games. So you really want us to play one of these preseason games?
Right.
We got 17 real games now. Like,
real ones, real joints.
Now
I gotta ask you. I'm gonna flip the script a little bit while we got you here as our resident tight end expert. So we got Tim Tebow officially signed to the Jags today. How do you feel like that? You think you got a chance to transition and play something you had to do in college? You had to go from wide receiver to play tight end. You think Tebow can come back at 33, 34 years old and do that at NFL level?
Look, it's let me see so I won't get quoted wrong because I already tweeted. So NFL is a business, right? And Tebow did so much for Urban Meyer, right? Tebow loved in Florida, period. So the fact that Tebow is on his team, I feel like brings them enough recognition and the things that Urban's looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now to play tight end, which I had to realize in the National Football League, is probably the second to third hardest position in football. You have to literally know everything. And
but
that's cool.
You said hold on. You said second to third toughest position?
On me.
Behind what? Behind what position?
I'm just saying. Just based off we all gonna say QB the hardest, right?
Okay.
Then it might be
DN?
And I guess
you said DN?
No, I said it might be running back as the second hardest position. You got to feel big linebackers coming. You got to be able to run route concepts now. And that thing.
Man, DB the second toughest position on the field.
At corner or safety?
DB, we reacting to everything.
I need a specific. DB is a group. Y'all a gang.
You said
cornerback for sure. Cornerback.
I will give corners the second hardest position because I don't play defense. So I don't rate defense.
Y'all sleeping on the safety.
Y'all are tattletales. The safety is the tattletale of the whole defense. You gotta be a damn good safety not to snitch.
Exactly. That's why this shit is so hard to play.
Especially when you're playing against Peyton, Tom,
You
Drew,
feel what I'm saying? You just answered my question. For you to be a good safety, like you gotta play that shit.
But for me, y'all can't lie to me no more. I know y'all. I figured y'all asses out. So I'll be like, oh no, I know what he's doing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, him man. Yeah, I see him. I know he.
That's why we gotta tap into them young safeties, man. Switch up the footwork. You gotta switch up the footwork, and you gotta get dummy moves. And
all right, so tell me this: who you think are the safeties that don't tell it themselves? Who are the safeties that you look at and be like, that are
really good that don't snitch?
I know Harrison Smith is one of them guys that I watch, and I'm like, yo,
Harrison used to piss me off because his blitz disguise and their scheme with the way he know how to run his blitzes was second to none. Like, if he was coming, you would never know. Yeah. And if he was dropping back, you would never know. And
I done seen him with a lot of scrimmage going to deep half.
Yep.
Because if he come, that's me.
That's you, yeah.
That's me. So it's like, what is he gonna do? Harrison was nice, but the best disguising safety. Oh man, I'm gonna give it to what's the Bears safety? Eddie
Jackson.
Yeah.
Eddie J. He was nice. And I played young Eddie. Like he's older and more experienced now. Back when I was with the Lions, I'll play him this year. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy I'm giving him credit. I'll play him this year. I'm gonna run this back when I talk to him. But Eddie J, man, he's nice. He's nice. And Jamal, he was like Harrison. Like, damn, is he about to come or is
Jamal coming?
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, he coming.
I be
y'all tripping right now. Hey, y'all wilding right now.
You gotta grow up. You gotta grow up, bro.
No, y'all gotta grow up. Y'all on here wild.
Man. Jamal is coming on the blitz. You the oldest dude in the locker room. You gotta grow up, man.
You gotta grow up.
Y'all on here wild.
Hey, I wasn't even thinking like, hey, grow up, bro.
Hey, I'm tripping, but now go ahead. Y'all finish.
Well, you spent way too much time in England with the boys, man.
Hey. But so Eddie J, Jamal Adams, Harrison Smith, they all three.
I'm not gonna give Minka his credit because I play with him, but Minka is damn good. But Minka know our battles be epic, but
pro.
No, bro, me and Minka get a whole circle going. It would be at it. But Minka's nice, man. Minka might could play corner too.
Hey, well, while we at it, man, give me your top 5 tight ends right now.
Right now? Oh
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Excluding yourself.
I think what Travis Kelce does is phenomenal. Now, mind you, his quarterback is top notch, and he has a lot of patience with Travis. Like if you watch Travis Kelce tape, you be like, everybody we can't do this.
Yeah,
we don't have the time. But what Pat Mahomes and TK got going on, it's gonna be tough for us to try to compare to that. So he number one for sure. Number 2, just based off of last year, because GK was hurt, is Darren Waller. Darren was going crazy. Darren Waller to me, I know Darren since Georgia Tech days. Where Darren was playing wide receiver at GT. So D Waller was bombing us. And I'm sitting here like, I know this name. And I'm like, oh, dope story. So D Waller come tight end and just come run our spot up. Okay. So D Waller go number 2. George Kittle 3. George Kittle have a healthy year, man. He's dominant, bro. He's
run in pass game.
And you gotta respect his mentality, the way he played the game at tight end. Let's see. 4, Zach Ertz. As much as you want to,
a lot of people sleep on Ertz now.
You watch Zach Ertz tape. Zach Ertz routes
is crazy. Yeah.
You Zach Ertz will get you leaning one way, and I studied it for so long because I got Frank Wright when I was in and all we were watching Zach Ertz. Now I was more fluid than Zach Ertz, so I could make his stuff better, but I stole everything Zach Ertz did. So when Zach Ertz was, I ran this move against I don't know if we played the Vikings earlier that year, and on their way to the Super Bowl, he ran the out and up, and I think I had ran the same defense, and I text him, I go, "Did you steal my move, bro?" He said the same move.
Yep, got to
watch, like, you know what I'm saying. So Zach Ertz, because his game is crazy. Number 5. Let me think about the tight ends around me.
Who you got at 5? I know AB was high on the guy out with the Rams last year. A lot of people talk about Higbee.
And Andrews out there in Baltimore.
I see. I want to say
Jonnu Smith and Hunter out there in New England.
Yep, Hunter. Yeah, so it's a
got a young boy in Detroit now.
TJ Hockenson. And Green Bay went
Big Tanya, Big Bob Tanya. I don't think he don't get enough credit. He slept on.
Oh man, Man, you can put anybody at 5 because I feel like 5 sits a lot of decent tight ends. If I had to put somebody that got just a longer resume, been doing it for a longer time at 5, it'd probably be Hunter Henry. I think Hunter Henry is slept on. Phillip loved tight ends, but I feel like him going to the Patriots was a dope move with Donald. I think they complement each other very well. Now Jonnu had a hellified year. You know, I'm looking forward to Jonnu doing it again. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yep.
That'd be my thing though. It got to be consistent. You know what I'm saying?
That's the hardest thing.
More than one.
Yeah. It can't have a great year and then a so year. Like it got to be consistent. Got to be consistent.
Agreed. I agree.
Solid list though, man.
No, for sure.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you jumping on with us.
I'm late as hell for Pilates, but it's all good.
Hey, go get it in. That's clutch right there.
Go get that, man. Again, bro, man, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me, man.
Good luck this year, man. Ball out. Stay healthy.
Holla at me.
Enjoy that time with the fam, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man. The good one.
A great one, man. We appreciate our guy, Eric Ebron, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
Hey, G.I. Joe 317. If you play in the league, if you're a vet in the league, you're not putting a rookie in the top 5 anything. Before you step on that field, I don't care who he is. We don't see cats coming there and piss down their leg. So, Kyle Pitts not in the top 5 right now. Now, that could change after week 1. Damn camera tripping today.
Nah, not week 1, D-Buck. We just said we looking for consistency.
You know me, I'm in the moment type guy.
Yeah, you definitely in the moment.
So he could be in my top 5 week 1.
Nah, not yet.
Oh man.
We ain't even talk about Kelvin Benjamin coming back playing tight end.
Oh no, we haven't. He done been out since 2018 too.
What you think?
Gotta see it. Yeah. See, he coming in with for me, the expectation for T-Boy can go either way. Like he can go up there and completely stank it up and not make the team, and it'll still be a good business move for the Jaguars. For Benjamin, I'm expecting him to come in and be productive. Like I have expectations for him. He was the first round wide receiver, played in the Super Bowl. He's played some good football. So I expect him to be able to come in and transition.
Why he get this expectation, but T-Boy don't?
Because he's only been out of the league 3 years. I think 2018 was the last year. He's younger and he was a better player in the league than Tebow was. It's a business decision more than it is a football decision. If it was just strictly football, it was Tim Robinson. Like that, we would look at this like, why the hell are you taking a baseball player?
Look at here. He's not a baseball player. He's a football player.
He was a baseball player for shit. As long as he was a football player professionally. He played 3 years.
And look at here. Tebow put his hand in his dirt, man. We got expectations. Same. Put your hand in that dirt, bro. Look, we need to see something.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. Like I said, he can go up there and stank it up and be out of there in a week and a half, or he can make the team and score 5 touchdowns this year.
What's up with your jump? Yo, shit
what happened?
This shit keep repeating itself or something. I don't know.
Yeah, my drink tripping over here today. Got my Teddy Riley on today.
It's all good. We better get out of here anyway, man. As always, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Tell a friend, subscribe, like the Man Pod. I'm Antoine Bethea. Got my guy, co-host Darius Butler.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good weekend, man. We'll be back on Monday.
Out of here.
Out.